Series podcast. We'll be going into some college football, the start of the season, what we saw, some black quarterbacks, some up-and-comers. We'll be talking about Belichick and Arch Manning. We'll be talking about the Yankees, the Mets. We'll be talking about the Giants and Jets, and we'll be talking about Canelo versus Bud. This is the Subway Series. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this. Join the conversation. Leave your comments. We will look at every comment. Yes. So, my brother from another mother. I love this brother. Guy Jazzy Rainey. Our resident fanatic. He corrected me last week. I'm a loyal follower. He's a fanatic.
Yeah, I'm a fanatic. That's why they call us fans.
Exactly.
It's all good.
It's all good, man.
So how you doing today, my brother?
Man, I am excited to be alive. Literally launched. Excited to be alive. I'll talk about that another time.
Right.
That comes from, having a stroke and 3 heart attacks and what have you. And I was always asked, "How you doing?" And excited to be alive. That's my focus.
Exactly.
That is my purpose. So that's how I'm doing. Even though I'm keeping a buck, I'm down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Some things going on in my life to make you feel like a loser.
Right.
But when the champion's in you, you start hearing that Rocky.
There you go. There's always going to be things that's going to try to humble you. That's why I'm not into being humble. There's always something or something that's always going to try to
humiliate.
Deeper. Right. So I'm not into being humbled. You know what I'm saying? So because if you look up that word, the definition of that word, it ain't pleasing. It don't say winner. So I'd rather be a winner than anything. I'd rather win at winning than anything.
More than a conqueror. More than a conqueror.
I love shiny things, so that's when I coach my AAU team, I coach them boys, I be telling them, I say, hey man, coach like shiny things, man. So hey, I'm about winning. Man.
That's
why I work here so hard.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Right. That's right.
Yes, sir. So check it out. This last weekend was the first full weekend of college football.
Yeah.
The last time we spoke, we were talking about Shador and what have you. And the knock on that draft class was that there was supposed to be a better draft class this year. I never thought that.
Right.
I never ever thought that. Yes, the class before with our brother Daniels down, Jaden Daniels and Drake May and Michael Penix. I love that class. I did.
Yeah, good class.
I love that class. Yes. And this class this year is nothing compared to that.
Yeah.
Nothing compared to that. Anyway, they tried to prop up,
But I'm gonna tell you, Colorado. If you look at the Colorado drafts, the picks that if you look at all of them that's in the pros right now,
they're doing their thing. Yeah, they're doing their thing.
You gotta give it to them.
Yes,
man, you gotta give it to
Horn.
Coach. I don't care what they say about him, how they feel about him. Coach Palm is the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His own kids, they this thing, and even Shallow being, knocked off
Tampa.
Years. You know what I'm saying? From what I hear, it's Pittsburgh's supposed to pick him up.
Yeah, either Pittsburgh or he's back on the practice squad. I'm gonna do a little research. I think Pittsburgh is back on the practice squad. But yes, it's awesome, man, to be an enthusiast right now. Tis the season.
It is.
Because right now we're in the crux where you have college football starting, pro football starting, then the basketball camps are coming. For those who are into hockey's going on, and we're at the tail end of the baseball season. So this is Subway Series time right now.
There you go.
So the college football season has started, right? And like I said, I never thought that highly of this year's quarterback class.
Right.
I like Nussmeier down in LSU. I like Lenoris Sellers of South Carolina. And I'll talk about two more that I really like. A few more that I really like, but we were talking about Colorado. The young man on Georgia Tech has pro potential. The one who Hayes,
right.
Hayes, he has pro potential. I like what I saw. I didn't see him throw enough to make a full evaluation, but the way he managed the game and the way he made plays on time, he will do well in the pros. Maybe not as a starter, but he will do well in the pros. Right. So this is the AP top 25,
right?
As it stands right now,
right?
As it stands right now, Ohio State put butt to belt to Texas, and from the time I was a kid, I always liked Texas. You know, when you're a kid, you like uniforms, right? So I was like Michigan. I always like the helmet of Michigan. I always like Texas. I always like USC. You know, Florida State with the spear on the side. There were certain things that I liked, but as a kid. LSU, I like the colors because they were like the Lakers colors.
Right.
What's funny is one of my close friends, he was a linebacker. He was all county. I don't know if he made all state. God rest his soul, Anthony Walker. And he was a big Penn State fan because they were linebacker U. And Ohio State, Ayers looks good. Their quarterback looks good. Their defense looks professional.
Yeah.
The kid Downs, Caleb Downs, if he's not in the top 3, then we got to investigate.
Now, tell me this.
Top 5, we got to investigate.
Right, now tell me this. Now LSU, which I predict is going to come out of this pack, which I predict. So,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
that's wise.
Ohio State, I mean, I mean, they got it right. Of course, they got it right. You know, the order. You know, say because of what they've been doing.
Yes,
but I see from what I was looking at. Maybe I'm a little biased with LSU, but I see them pulling away when it comes to mid-season of this college pack here.
Yes,
you're gonna see LSU on top of the pile. Now, I like seeing that Penn State has got a program now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that they have a program again because since the debacle, they've been they've been flying that crash and burn.
Yes,
but they finally got a program.
Yes.
Now, the sneaker of all this. Now, I'm gonna say this on record, y'all.
Okay,
go ahead. The sneaker of all this will be Miami.
Yes.
Remember I said
this. Beck looks good. Their defense looks like the defense of old.
Yes. Miami's going to be the sneaker of all of this. Miami's going to be the sneaker. Now, everybody else it falls in line. You know what I'm saying? I don't Notre Dame, they look good, but I really don't. I think they're a fluke, but that's just me.
They are solid team-wise, but the quarterback is a little sketchy right now. He's new. He's a little sketchy right now. But I think I like the coach. I like his approach, and because they stayed in the game and they kept it close, even though they clearly were not as talented.
Right.
That was evident in terms of speed and what have you. Because of how well he coaches them, and the quality, because you have a lot of professional. You know, you talk about nepotism, which is nonsense, but a lot of this is just genes. This is just genes.
Right. Exactly.
a lot of ex-pros, their children play on Notre Dame. So of note, when you said Penn State, I want to give a shout out to Zion Henry is his last name. He used to play ball with Jeremiah here in Roosevelt.
Oh, okay. Cool.
He's on Penn State. I believe he's a starting cornerback, number 7. I know I saw him return kicks too.
Okay.
Yeah. He's from here. Freeport or Roosevelt.
All right.
And he used to play PB, the Pee Wee football with Jeremiah.
Right.
So I have a reason to cheer for Penn State. Now, I don't trust Drew Aller. I don't trust Drew Aller.
Right.
I have yet to see what the hype is about.
Right.
I haven't seen any any incredible throws, any poise, any athletic plays, more than game management. Last year, he was blessed to have the tight end to always help him out. I want to see him step beyond a game manager and actually do something. For me to say that this year's draft class is anywhere close to even last year's.
Right.
I do love Carson Beck though. I like him a lot over on what he did on Miami. So that's a good pick. I like Florida State. I grew up a Florida State fan. You know, I watched the times with Deion when he was at Florida State. Even when Randy Moss was supposed to be at Florida State. So I always liked Florida State. They were like a pro team. Warwick Dunn
and they're getting their program back. They
get it back in order. Yes, they get it back in order.
Yeah.
Also, this I like South Carolina. Mm-hmm. I like the quarterback Lenoris Sellers. I do like him. He's a baller. He's a baller.
Right.
Texas can get back on. Texas can get back in order if and we'll get to this next topic in a second. Texas can get back in order if they can get this young man to live up to the hype.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah. It's funny how certain names matter and other names don't. It's funny how excuses are made.
Oh, I know where you're going, brother. I know where you're going.
Now listen, I'm hoping.
And it's funny at Colorado, they don't see a fit for Colorado in the top 25. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah. That's one thing. Also, you know, Brother Shador had a poor third preseason game, and they jumped on him when he had an excellent first preseason game. And he had an excellent college career. And, you know, you have I just finished preaching on trolls, praying against trolls on Sunday. I preached against that. But you'd be surprised the amount of people who hope for the worst for the Sanders family.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And those same folks are hoping the best. And I love the Mannings. You know, I'm a Giants fan. So, you know, I liked it when Eli played at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Peyton used to choke a little bit at Tennessee, and I, you know, during that draft, I did think Ryan Leaf would be better, but I didn't realize he suffered from being a knucklehead. You know, I was just going by the play, and also he was kind of set up to fail in the way the NFL does to young quarterbacks back then. So, he wasn't equipped with the backing. This brother right here. Arch, you know, he comes from a lineage. He's named after his granddad, Archie, who played down in New Orleans. You know, he really didn't win, but he was gutsy. He was tough. He took a lot of hits, and he took a licking and keep on ticking, as they just say back then with the Timex commercials.
Yeah, they got his statue up. They got his statue up there. You go to New Orleans, do you see?
Oh yeah, I've been to New Orleans. Yeah,
his Archie Manning statue. You know,
they consider NFL royalty. You know, like the Kennedys are in politics. The Mannings are in football, and I do hope the best for the brother because I did see potential when he got into the games last year. He's actually way more athletic than his uncles. Way more athletic than his uncles. But he doesn't process as quick yet. And it was shown against the Ohio State defense that.
Did you call him a brother? He's their brother.
You're funny. Yeah. Arch is a good quarterback. He's not what they were touting him to be yet. Can he get there? Yes, it's a possibility. The ability is there. I have seen the ability is there, but he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready, and you cannot. And to be honest, you cannot blame the coach.
Probably because of the pressure. So he has to get over the pressure of being a man, and then go from there.
Exactly. That's all. He was a little behind time. He was a little inaccurate. Yeah, it wasn't just Ohio State. It was, it's Ohio State, and they want to give credit to the Patricia, the former New England defensive coordinator under Belichick. He was also on Detroit. But it wasn't all Patricia, and it wasn't all Ohio State defense. There were times when he overthrew, underthrew. He was kind of inaccurate. He had happy feet. There were a few things, and even when he threw on balance, it was still a little off. So he was just a little off.
Yeah, but Ohio State do have a big front line, though.
It's intimidating.
Those are big. Ohio State has a big front line, though.
They do have a big
defense.
Their whole defense.
Though. You got
just about every position.
You gotta tip the hat to them at the same time. But I know what you're saying, though. I get what you.
I get
you, though. I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you at all. But but you gotta admit, boy, them big. They tight. Come on now, Ohio State defense is tight, boy. That front line, though.
Yeah, he
tight. So, but I get what you're saying, though. But again, I feel that Arch is just being. He let the pressure get to him a little bit. A lot of it, yeah. That's what a lot of it. That's the thing. He let the pressure get to him. Just calm down. Don't worry about what you have to live up to. Be you
in the moment.
You know what I'm saying? It's about playing to win, man. Play to win. Don't play for the everything else. Play to win. Just play to win. If you play to win, that's one thing I saw Coach Brown talk to his team about in Colorado, and he used to preach the same thing in Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? So Jackson State, he used to preach the same thing to them. It's like, yo, man, win. Play to win. You know what I'm saying? Don't play the for all the other stuff. All that stuff come afterward. You know what I'm saying? Like he always said, like, you never saw me dancing you never saw me dancing on the line. You saw me dancing.
Exactly.
That's the key. You know what I'm saying? You don't see me dancing. I'm not at the line dancing. I'm at the end zone dancing because I did something. You know what I'm saying? So win and
speaking of winning.
Belichick. He know how to win, but you know what I'm saying? He know how to win. He keeps it young, if you know what I mean. He know how to win. He know how to be young.
It goes to show that to be great in certain positions, it requires all of the components, right? There is no one mastermind. That even in your life, we're both members of Further and Father, and just because you're called to be the head, you have to ensure that each of the parts understand their role. And they do not lack for talent. The very first drive that was scripted, they looked like a professional team. The first drive, they went right down the field, but it went haywire right after that. They did.
Well, you got Belichick as your coach. Come on now, you're gonna play your best. Saying you're young, energetic. You're gonna get the pro flavor. So you gotta look like pro because he's not gonna have it no other way. And the other thing about him, even though he's older, he may even slow down a bit, but I guarantee you that program is solid. You know what I'm saying? That program is solid, and it's gonna be solid. You know what I'm saying? To hand down to the next generation. Because again, they know exactly what they're doing because they want the next generation to be, you know what I'm saying, of coaches to be like, say, okay, because it's gonna wind down, of course, but not right now. Not right now. And he got lots of, you know what I'm saying. It's not that he has a lot to prove because he really doesn't. He's Belichick. He doesn't have to prove anything. He can retire tomorrow, and everybody still wave the banner for him. So he has nothing to prove. All he has to do is win. He has a formula of winning.
His young quarterback, he looked good for the first drive. I don't think he completed a pass from the first quarter, after that first quarter to the fourth quarter. I think nerves got to that young man. I think his name is Lopez. I didn't. Please forgive me, y'all. I'm usually good with my stats and my information, but I didn't go deep on this game. As a matter of fact, after it started going the other direction, I got up, I walked the dog and did some other stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I got up and walked the dog and did some other stuff. Yeah, but you need the components. It was shown in New England once Tom Brady left. It wasn't so easy for him. It wasn't easy for him when he was the coach of Cleveland. He was incredible as a Giants defensive coordinator, but look at the components he had. He had LT, he had Leonard Marshall.
Even that, I mean, the third at that time, even the third string of the Giants back then,
Pepper Johnson, Byron Hunt, all these guys were awesome.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying the third string was awesome. So again, they were just that elite. So they had,
they had every number from 50 to 59 was off the chain.
Those Giants,
especially 56.
Man. I miss those Giants, man, because again, they're about winning, man, and you got to understand, man. There's nothing wrong with winning, people. I'm telling you, man. There's nothing wrong with winning. I know we get all this participant awards and all that stuff now and sports, but I'm saying, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm saying is it takes away the winning spirit out of young people, so they grow up, they understand that there's winners and there's losers, and there are winners and losers.
It also takes away from the perseverance too, because people settle in and quit. They settle in and quit because deep down they know they really didn't deserve anything, and they're not being pushed.
You got folks, man. You got kids. They want to do something, and then when it gets too hard, then they want to quit and go on to the next thing. Come on, man. And our day, we wasn't allowed to do that. We wasn't allowed to quit and go on to the next thing. And it goes. And I understand the whole, how they feel and this one feel. And I'm not taking away from children's feelings or any of our feelings, because again, when it comes to childhood trauma, for one, we all have a bit of childhood trauma. All of us have childhood trauma. We may have different levels of childhood trauma, because trauma is when you don't have control. That's all trauma is. Trauma is when you don't have control. What child has control? You know what I'm saying? No child has control. So you gotta grow up with some form of trauma. How you handle it is the capacity of how you handle it. You see how these Sanders boys are handling all of this, man. They father taught them capacity. Textbook capacity. You know what I'm saying? They ain't out there whining. They ain't out there complaining. This and this and that. Because even if you see what Shallow did, you know what I'm saying? Homeboy did a cheap shot on him. The referee didn't catch
they intentionally don't catch it. It's the same way. It's always been that way with referees. They penalize.
Right, exactly. So again, it's the retaliation that they catch. You know what I'm saying? So he shouldn't have swung. Now I give it that. He shouldn't have swung on. All he should have done was push him. He should have pushed him back and went about his business. But he swung on him and he lost his control. Right. Don't let somebody take his control. And I know Dion talked to him about that. Man, don't let anybody take your control like that. Because again, we saw Dion and his boy do that in the you know what I'm saying? When Dion was traded in the first game against the Falcons. Was that the first game? And him and Andre got into the fight. Was that the first game with Dion came back to Atlanta? Right? That was the first game, right? And him and Andre had the fight, right?
He was.
Yeah, so but he lost it. Dion kind of Andre got under the skin, you know what I'm saying? And they were boys. You know what I'm saying? They were boys and got into it. So Shallow got to understand that this is gonna happen. This is part of the game. Don't lose yourself. Still be a professional ball player. So when that happened and he kept pushing and shoving, just push him back, go about your business. Give him a little shove, give him a little, or even when you pass him, bump him a little bit and keep going. That's what he needed to do. He didn't have to punch on them, swing on. All he had to do was when they stop, boom, pop, give him a little boom and go run back. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. That's the message. Send the message. You know what I'm saying? Don't lose the where now he got you at the game.
Exactly. I mean, he smiled too when he did it too. He smiled because he knew.
That's
a bigger picture.
I know he said some awful stuff to him. He had to say some awful stuff to him.
That's a bigger picture in your life when you're being poked at. There's a way to respond. There's a way to respond, and so that you make your point, but you're not penalized. And that comes with. We're going to get into boxing later. That comes with shadow boxing. That comes with the speed bag. That comes with because you're always ready to respond. You have, as they say in the military, we used to say this: keep your head on a swivel, right? Keep your head on a swivel. It means you're always ready for what's going to come.
Always ready, right? That's what you have to be because you're gonna get antagonized. You're gonna, they're gonna poke the bear. Come on, man. You and your brothers in the spotlight right now.
They can make a name.
You and your brothers giving the NFL some life. Y'all the Sanders brothers is doing for the NFL what Larry Bird and Magic Johnson did for
and
the
Dr.
NBA.
J. Don't leave out Dr. J.
No, but what I'm saying is Dr. J was the highlight man. He was the highlight reel. He was all that step of stuff. But Dr. J didn't give the NBA life again. It wasn't a born again sport with Dr. J. He came from the ABA to the NBA, and folks was like, you know what I'm saying? Flying high and this and that. But when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson came into the NBA, those two made the NBA come to life. Like people was going to NBA games that normally wouldn't go to NBA games. It was a perfect rival. It was a perfect everything.
It was a perfect rivalry. Blue collar against Hollywood. That was kind of the you know what I'm saying, deep on a deeper level. But but given what we because we was just in college football, we know coming up because we spoke on the last show about black quarterbacks. And I've always had my ear to the grind for the next one's coming. That's just the way I am. And why black quarterbacks? Because I was one. because what I saw when there was denigration and it was completely unfair. And less was thought of. And literally insults and excuses were made to not allow or put in the position. So I still follow. I still research. So here's two young brothers that I during my watching this week. Now I left out the brother on Florida State because I wanted to catch some sleepers. Some that you won't pay attention to, like Lenora Sellers on South Carolina. You're going to notice him. Castellanos on Florida State. You're going to see him on TV. These other two you may not see or may not get. They may not get the buzz or the light, but the skill level is very high. The size is ideal, and they have that it. And they're both very accurate. And the first one I'm going to talk about is Byron Brown. Byron Brown. See, this is what makes the Subway Series different. We're not stuck on just the skimming the top. We like to dig. We like to dig.
Hey, it's the analyst and the phonetic, y'all. We got our shovels.
Exactly. Check out Byron Brown of USF, University of South Florida. This brother, he missed last year because of injury. He had thrown for over 3,000 yards and 20-something touchdowns the year before. So it was silent last year because he was hurt. He did his thing in the very first game. He played extremely well, under control. And you can see that he has not just the it factor on the field, the way he engages his teammates, leads them on the sideline. He has a lot of that it factor. I see leadership in him even beyond football. and highly skilled. Be on the lookout for this brother. Barring injury, mind you, he was injured last year. Barring injury, I believe he's a senior. I'll tell you, I know he's 20, and I know he's 6'3", 231. That I memorized, but but I believe he's a senior.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe he's a senior. And he threw for 210 this last week. He threw for 210. He threw well. He ran very well. He's strong, and he's a very good leader. That's one brother. So mark that down.
Okay.
Like we said before, like Guy said before, mark it down now. Mark it down now.
Right. Exactly.
Mark it down now.
Exactly. Because we're gonna come back to it. End of the season, we're gonna come back to it.
It's a name you're gonna hear later on, right? You may not hear it in draft circles right now. You may not hear it in the Heisman hopefuls right now. But wait till if he does what it looks like he can do, you'll hear about him later. The next one is C.J. Bailey. C.J. Bailey reminds me of Randall Cunningham in some ways because of his build and his height. His slingshot arm. It's very accurate ball. Very good athlete. And I'm looking forward to seeing him do well. C.J. Bailey plays for NC State. So mark that down as well. So Byron Brown and C.J. Bailey. C.J. Bailey of NC State. Okay. We've talked a lot about the college. Let's talk a little bit about the pros now. We're Giants fans, but we're gonna start off with the Jets. We start off with the Jets. The Jets are playing against the Steelers this weekend. I really like that. I love the brother Aaron Glenn. I liked him when he was in college at Texas A&M. You know, I'm on the short side, so they always tried to say he was too small, and he came out and turned into an All-Pro. He played for the Jets. He's since gone on to be the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions as they grew, because the Detroit Lions used to stink until recent times, and he was the defensive coordinator, and they played extremely well under him. And I liked his seriousness when he came into the Jets, and he had to clean house a little bit, and he did get rid of a lot of people's favorite quarterback, former Packer, former Giant, now Steeler. And it's going to be interesting that the former quarterback of the Steelers, Justin Fields, and the former quarterback of the Jets are now going to go head-to-head.
We'll face off each other. Yeah.
That very first game.
That's going to be fun to watch. That's going to be fun to watch.
I like both coaches, the Steelers and the Jets. I like both quarterbacks, and I want to see a good game. I remember going to see the camp at Hofstra when the Jets used to practice at Hofstra. Then they now practice in New Jersey. But they used to practice at Hofstra. That was my dad's.
Yeah, I used to take my kids. They used to have kids day. Yeah. You know, they have practice. They used to have all the rides, and they used to have all the kids can do all the same training things that they did. They would do all that kind of candy, all kinds of stuff. My kids used to go into face painting, and my kids used to love it, man. It was great, man. Right there at Hofstra, it was so much fun. I had a lot of fun too, because I was out there with them just the same, having fun.
I remember standing on the sideline and watching a young quarterback from East Carolina who was backing up this guy who was hyped up, Browning Nagel. And you could see clearly that Jeff Blake was a better quarterback. It was so obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But politics is politics. You know, we've been talking about Shador. He's third string and he shouldn't be. You know, but
exactly.
Some things change and some things don't, and they want to remain the same.
Some things they saying, yes, indeed.
But
indeed.
So Justin Fields was given a raw deal that he went to Chicago, and he was literally there by himself. He was How can you have the question I have is, if you have an athletic quarterback, he should still not be the best athlete on the team.
Right.
He should have outlets.
Well, Chicago hasn't had a good program in years.
And they want to, because they're right by the lake, they want to play possession football. They want to run the ball and what have you. But remember, even in their heyday, they had Willie Gault. In their heyday, they had Walter Payton. Skill positions still matter. Still matter. You can't put it all on the quarterback and you give him nothing to work with.
Exactly. Right? Especially because, again, even if you don't have a running game and you have a passing game and you have a passing quarterback, we all know, even if you have that one wide receiver that everybody's gonna, they're gonna double up. You gotta have that tight end that's gonna up. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna open up the field. You can run that slant. You can do it. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta give the quarterback something to work with. It can't be just the quarterback making miracles. It like you know what I'm saying? Tom Brady wasn't, making miracles, you know what I'm saying, by himself, something like that. He was always given that supporting cast to make them winners, and that's the thing. And Chicago have not put that together in years. Only reason why we don't hear about it is because Chicago fans are not delusional like Dallas fans. Dallas fans are delusional. So every year we're going to the Super Bowl. You don't hear that with the Bears fans. They'll be like, this is our year. They don't say that. They go, it used to be the Bears. The Bears. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Cowboy fans, I mean, they get delusional every year. It's go up and up and up. That's the only difference. You know what I'm saying? But Chicago hasn't had a good program in a long time. And they ain't spending no money to get one. That's
exactly.
They ain't spending no money to get one. So that's where they stand. Where you look at Detroit say, hey man, we're gonna make this. We gotta get there. And Detroit keeps striking. Just to, you know what I'm saying? They keep striking more and more. They're not a one and done. Like, this is gonna be the year and this is it. And if we don't do this, we're gonna start our program all over. They go, no, let's get this piece. Let's get this piece. Let's keep going here. Let's keep going here. Okay, we missed out here. What's the problem here? Let's get the piece that it gets to the next step. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do.
Detroit has to develop a new coaching staff, though, because Aaron Glenn left and became a Jet, and Donald left, their offensive coordinator left and became the head coach of Chicago. So we shall see with Detroit. We shall see.
Right, we shall see with Detroit.
Justin Fields, I want to give Justin Fields. He was given a raw deal at Georgia. There's no way he was the second best or third best quarterback on Georgia. He transferred to Ohio State, almost pulled it off. Olave ran the wrong route. They blamed him for the interception, but Olave ran the wrong route. He read the wrong key. He turned instead of going straight, and he threw the interception in his last game. And sometimes those last games, people will hold that against you false.
Oh, that of course. You're just as good as your last throw, in football, your last touchdown, in baseball, your last home run. That's where your last shot. You're just as good as any of those things. That's just how it is in anything, not just sports, but that's how people view you. You're just as good as your last. That's how people view you, and that's how they measure you. So, it's always, the next thing or the next plateau or the next, you know what I'm saying? And again, we're talking team sports here. We're talking team sports. So when it comes to team sports, that's what it takes to win. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, we got the U.S. Open here in New York. You know what I'm saying? And you have the doubles and you have the singles. And then when it comes to singles, you know what I'm saying? It's all on you. And funny thing about tennis, you can't get coaching on the side like in those team sports. You can't get coaching. Your coach got to be quiet. Your coach going to be there on pins and needles just cheering for you and hoping that you get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but in team sport, you have your coaches right there telling you in your ear or in your face what you're doing good and what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is in team sports. But in a solo sport, like you know what I'm saying, like tennis, that doesn't happen. So it's on you. So it becomes a different thing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have a team winning spirit when it comes to team sports. And that's the thing that I even as an AAU coach, basketball coach, one thing that I show my boys is that when it comes to being a team, when it comes to being a team, you should know how each other, you know what I'm saying, you should know each other's style, you should each other wants and that was likes this. I mean, you should know everything about because that you know what I'm saying, your teammate may throw a pass that the rest of the defense. You remember how Magic Johnson used to do those no looks? He used to do those no looks. And especially Byron Scott, he used to catch him and dunk right in your face.
Worthy too.
And Magic would look this way at you and be like, pass it right to Byron Scott. And Byron Scott did it. Boom, he buffed it right in your face. Because they knew each other like that. They honored each other like that. They knew each other's skills enough. They understand one another. And they respected one another. And that's how you have to be as a team. You have to have that level of respect and honor and tenacity to win. Yeah, I talk about winning a lot, y'all, because that's in sports. That's what it is. It's about winning. Let's not BS it. It's about winning.
And entertainment.
So it's always be about winning. We can always say it's how you play the game or the fun or the this or that, man. How people play the game will blow your mind if you're not prepared. That's the real deal. So how you play the game is you better be prepared.
That's life. That's life. That's life.
Yeah, because exactly, and that's the thing too. As a coach, you know what I'm saying. I'm a life coach also. So when I coach these boys, I coach these boys, and so it can help them in life. And the funny thing, man, here in Roosevelt, where Jeremy and I from here in Roosevelt, Long Island, we have a new on one of the parks that they rebuilt called Centennial. And it just reopened, and it's beautiful. You know, beautiful park, and the courts, everything. So I was going through the grand opening day. I was there the grand opening day, which was about 3 weeks ago, I think. So I'm walking through there, checking out everything, man. I hear coach, you know what I'm saying? Then I look, and the kids that I coach at AAU, they older now, they grown up, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, grown man here, you know what I'm saying? But it's just that you know what I'm saying, that feeling you get when they like, yo, I played a part in their life, growing up to be something in their life, because hey, what you doing now? This is that. Yeah, I'm doing blah blah blah. And they feel proud to tell me what they doing in life that's successful, because again, it's what you instilled in them, and that's what sports does life for lessons. You. It gives the life lessons all the time, and that's what we're about here at Subway Series, man. We go behind those scenes. We give it. They say Jeremy is the sport analyst here. I'm the fanatic. I just love sports. You know what I'm saying? He can tell you the X's and the O's, the stats.
I love it too.
That, and he's the analytics of it, man. And he loves it. He does it, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got to come here. That's why you got to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. So we keep doing this again and again. You got to like, you got to share, you got to subscribe. You got to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Subway Series. I know it's something brand new for y'all, and you may not know us and stuff like that. But
you'll get to know us. You'll get to know us.
Right. You're gonna get to know us. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is the reason why we're on here, to really get, because we both love sports too. You know what I'm saying? And for you sports enthusiasts, that's the word, right?
Enthusiasts.
Enthusiasts. Right. Okay. Sports enthusiasts. You know what I'm saying? That love to get both sides of it. That fanatic side and that analytic side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Here you go. You got it. Right here.
Right here. You know what I'm saying? In plain sight. You know what I'm saying? And we New York, born and raised, homegrown New Yorkers. That's why it's called Subway Series. It's not just about Nets, Jets, Knicks, Mets, and Giants and Jets and all. It's not just about that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they are cornerstone. But you know what I'm saying? And even Rangers and Islanders, you know, it's not just about them, because we're gonna have some hockey people on here. I don't know a lot about hockey.
Same here. That's not my strength. No, my dad took me to a couple of Islander games when I was a kid. I enjoyed the crowd. The crowd was off the chain. I love the crowd. The crowd in the hockey game is hilarious. The game is, you know, we love the fight. I gotta admit, I love the fighting. But I loved when back then they had Bossy and all these other guys and they won. And then I used to listen in on the fan, WFAN, back in the day when the Rangers finally won. So it was a big deal. It was a big deal here in New York.
My first hockey game was a Ranger game, and I was when I hanging out with Anthony Mason, the New York Knicks, and he took me to a hockey game. It was a bunch of us, you know what I'm saying? Because the Knicks were winning, and the Rangers were, you know what I'm saying, that championship year for both of them, you know what I'm saying? So it was all good, you know what I'm saying? So that was the days I used to hang out with the Knicks and hang out with the Giants, and it used to be fun, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? DJ on radio with Chuck Chill Out and everything on WLS, and we all used to hang out. It was Chuck.
Well, you froze for a second there, brother. I'll get you back in a second. So, but Justin Fields. I had to switch up. Justin Fields did extremely well when he played with the Steelers. He was replaced by Russell Wilson after he had a winning record. So he has a lot. He's been kind of disappointed and disrespected at Georgia, University of Georgia. He did very well at Ohio State, but didn't bring home the trophy. He had a lot of expectations on him in Chicago, and you could see not every quarterback runs a 4.4 against a rocket for an arm, and you could see the potential. But he did not have, other than Moore, who they had to trade for from Carolina. He had really no outlets to get the ball to, and even picking the Rome Odunze and picking up some of the other. He doesn't have speed other than Moore, and he was the best athlete on the team. And even when he played offense on the Steelers, he was the best athlete on the offense because the receiver who is now on Dallas. He was in and out because he was constantly in trouble or injured or what have you. So now we're going to get a chance to see him where the expectations are tempered, and they'll be realistic, and he's going to play on a team that's designed to run the ball that does have competent receivers. Wilson was his teammate at Ohio State, and I expect him to do well. Now, mind you, Rodgers is still Rodgers. And even though he's 40-something, even though he gets out the rocking chair and can throw the ball. You know?
He put him in a rocking chair. Oh, man. I said, oh, man, no pun intended.
You froze for a second, my brother, so I had to shift real quick. But yeah, man, we have a long lineage. It's funny you talked about Anthony Mason. His mother was my ex's girl babysitter when she was a kid.
Right.
So I knew Mrs. Mason. You know. So yeah. Anyway.
So let's talk some Giants. Let's go to the Giants. Commanders game.
The Giants versus Commanders. I wanted us to. I was like Joe Shane's son. I wanted us to do move heaven and earth, move up to the first or second pick, trade whatever we had to get Jaden Daniels. As much as I like the brother Caleb Williams, I like him. He wasn't my first ranked quarterback. Jaden Daniels was.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels was. And then after him was Penix. I'm consistent. I like what I know. I go by the eye test. It was first Jaden Daniels, then Penix, then Caleb, then the kid from Notre Dame, then Mays, and actually Bo Nix before, and then Bo Nix and Mays together.
Right.
They're all good quarterbacks. They had great quarterbacks. The order they went in doesn't matter. They're all very good quarterbacks. But my favorite was Jaden Daniels.
Right.
My favorite was Jaden Daniels. It wasn't even close for me. As much as people were touting Caleb Williams, I like Caleb Williams. I saw some of his high school games. I watched. I'm telling you, he calls me the analyst. I'm ridiculous with it. If I'm not preparing a sermon, I'm watching something. I'm watching the Elite 11. I'm seeing who's coming out, who's going to be great, the next greats.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a good game. Yeah, this is going to be a good game because again, the tenacity of Daniels versus the experience.
Yes, of Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, he's here in New York. We welcome him with open arms.
We needed this.
Yes, very much needed this. And again, because even at Pittsburgh, he was pooped on. Let's just put it.
Yeah.
And so
and Denver. And so that was the best
and in Denver, and I always thought that was a bad move for him. That
he shouldn't go in there.
I felt that was not a good move at all.
No.
Personally, this right here for him is a good move.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He can go out a champion.
Yes.
Here.
Yes.
New York with the Giants. He can get another ring with the Giants.
Yes.
He can.
His defense is good enough.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
His defense is good enough.
He can get another ring with the Giants. He definitely can.
Yes.
And he's that winning quarterback. And we needed a winning quarterback.
Yes.
At the Giants again. We needed a quarterback that's going to play ball no matter what. I know how to win. Let's win.
Yes.
So that's the difference here, man. You know what I'm saying? So the Giants, they can, and again, like you just said, the defense, they got good defense now, and they made the right moves to get the right defensive players that they needed.
Yes.
So that's the key because Giants understand. See, the one thing, because I've been a Giants fan for a long time, and even when I was a kid, I was a Giants because again, my older brothers, who all into sports, and my oldest brother Walter, he was a Giant, he was a Jet and a Giant fan. And he's much older than I am, right? He's my oldest brother is 16 years older than me. So he remember when the Jets were playing in the Polo Grounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I remember Shea Stadium. I do remember that.
When he was a kid, that's what I remember. See, I know Shea Stadium.
Yeah.
I used to go to Shea Stadium games with him. Yeah. Right. But when he was a kid, they played in the Polo Grounds.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So right, and football was in the Polo Grounds, right? Right. So he remember that. You know what I'm saying? He remember when they were the Titans. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I was born in 1963. I don't remember that. I remember Shea Stadium.
I remember Shea Stadium.
So right. So he was a Jet fan and he was a Giant fan. So and he for the life of him, he couldn't understand people that like you were from a city and you rooted for another city. He couldn't understand that. So and I have friends that like my best friend was a Oakland Raiders, where they the Las Vegas Raiders now.
Right. Yeah.
Back in the day, they were the Oakland Raiders, and he's always been a Raiders fan all his life. You know what I'm saying? So when we were kids, he said to me, "Okay, what's your favorite team? But you can't pick the Jets or the Giants." Now I can't pick the Jets or the Giants because you like the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? So I said. I didn't really know a lot of teams. That we were little, you know what I'm saying? So I said, "Hey, how about that team with the star on the helmet?" Because my mother, she was a bartender at a famous bar that was 125th Street at the 1255 building, you know what I'm saying? Building. So called Vincent's Place. So a lot of celebrities used to go there. So Tony Dorsett and Drew Pearson of the Dallas Cowboys was there and signed it because my mother had an autograph book for me. Right. So people would sign autographs and stuff like that. So they signed the autograph. So I wasn't no Dallas fan and this and that. So I said to them, "Oh, okay, I picked," because you have the Stratomatic football and Stratomatic baseball. All right, so we played Stratomatic football. So you had to pick your team. So he had the greatest. So I had to pick a team. So I said the team with the star on the helmet. See, I didn't even know they were called the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, homie. So he always thought I was a. So he teased me and said, "Oh, I remember you was a Dallas Cowboy fan." No, I was never a Dallas Cowboy fan. I couldn't pick the Giants, so I just picked what I saw when I, you know what I'm saying, started. Right. I didn't even know their name. I'm a Giants fan. Always been a Giants fan.
Yep.
And if one thing about the Giants too, they're about winning. Even when the program is down, they're gonna say, "Hey man, let's get the right players, let's get the right quarterback, let's get the right defense," and that's what they did this season. You know what I'm saying? So they should do something this season. You know what I'm saying? Wild card, second round wild card, something.
Yeah, man. I think they'll play well. I look forward to a good season. Strange that Danny Jones was given the job over Riches. You notice I didn't say he won the job because
nothing.
Anyway, looking forward to this season. I like our defense. Shout out to Big Dex. They call him Sexy Dexy. You got Brian Burns. We got Thibodeau. We got the young buck. I look forward to the young buck playing, man, out of Penn State. Yeah, Abdul Carter. I'm looking forward to that. The only worries I have is our secondary. Our secondary. I want Banks to thrive. I want Drew Phillips to thrive. Newbin to thrive. I want those guys to thrive. But we're going to be tested because of Daniels. Going to be tested. But if Wilson is not back, I think they did pay him. If I remember correctly, I think Washington did pay him, and he's back in the fold. Not Wilson. What's the receiver? Scary Terry. Scary Terry. Yeah, Scary Terry. It's Ohio State, just like Wilson. That's how Garrett Wilson. But Scary Terry is back, I believe, and that will be our challenge to contain their receivers. Their running backs are good. Eckler is good. They don't have a great running game. They have good, and they got rid of their best running back, Robinson. So we should be able to get after the quarterback. But Daniels is slippery and he's accurate. So, but I look forward to seeing that game. Okay. Let's get to the next one, because what after the you want to talk Canelo or you want to talk Yankees Mets, because that's your area. Yankees Mets. You want to talk?
Well, the thing about the Yankees and the Mets right now, they're both chasing. They're both chasing right now. The Mets. As far as Philly chasing Philly and the Yankees are chasing Boston right now. But I see them, probably wild card, both of them right now. But I'm a big Met fan. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people think I'm a Yankees fan too. Like on my job. For some reason, they think I'm a Yankee fan. And I'm like, well, okay, y'all can have that if you want to.
I like them both.
Yankee stuff and Yankee hats, and I know I'm originally from Harlem, but I'm a Met fan. Me and my boy Kevin and Carl, man, we were the Met. Because again, our family. Well, how it is that our families were big Brooklyn Dodger fans. And you know why that is, right?
Yes.
So the whole Jackie Robinson thing. So when the Dodgers left Brooklyn and went to Los Angeles, black people, older black people, like my grandparents and parents, they still were Brooklyn Dodgers. They became LA Dodger fans.
Right.
So So the next generation, like my older siblings and stuff like that, they became Met fans because the Mets was that National League team.
Right.
They came like the year I was born, the Mets came in, I think 1963. And then the first, when they, because they were actually didn't have a stadium when they first started, and then they built Shea Stadium.
Right.
So my first baseball game was at Shea Stadium in 1969. You know what I'm saying? Or 1968, something like that. I think I was 5 years old. So it was 1968. I was 5 years old. We moved from Detroit to Harlem. And my first baseball game, my first football game, my first basketball, all those games came when I was 5 years old. 5, 6, 7 years old is when I first watch those games and things like that because I could pay attention and stuff like that. My older siblings. So the Mets was it. My family went to the Met games. You know what I'm saying? Even though Yankee Stadium was like across the bridge from us.
Right.
You know, but you could walk to Yankee Stadium from where we lived in Harlem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, Mets was it for us, man. Because Mets represent. That's why they brought Willie Mays back to the Mets to retire as a New Yorker and everything like that.
It's funny you said that because as you were talking about the Dodgers leaving, people forget that the Giants left too. The Giants were also playing out of Shea Stadium, and they left to go to San Francisco.
They were playing. Yeah, the Giants was playing in the Polo Grounds.
Yeah,
you know the Giants was in Harlem. They was a Harlem team. You know what I'm saying?
And my favorite player back then was Willie Mays.
Yeah. And my older siblings went to school with Roy Campanella kids.
Oh wow!
Willie Mays kids and Roy Campanella kids. They lived in the Lennox Terrace. You know what I'm saying? And we lived in my grandparents lived across the street from the Lennox Terrace. So that's when my mother moved after my father passed and we moved back to Harlem. That's where we lived. We lived right there, across the street from Harlem Hospital, and then we moved later on to 111th Street and 112th Street. But you know, saying we was right there. So my older siblings, they went to school with Roy Campanella kids and Willie Mays kids. You know what I'm
saying? That's funny because I became a fan of both because of my childhood experiences.
Right.
You know, my dad. The very first game I went to, my dad took me to see Tom Seaver pitch at Shea Stadium. And then when I played Little League, I made the All-Star team, and the All-Star team was blessed to have tickets to go to see the Yankees.
Right.
So I learned to love both teams. And then on top of it, Hector Lopez from the Yankees, he settled in Lakeview. And his son Darryl Lopez, who's now the head coach of the basketball team, I grew up, he was just a grade ahead of me, a grade or two ahead of me. And matter of fact, he married Rosie, and they I think they're still in Lakeview. But there are connections between the Yankees and the Mets that go back. So I listen. People can say whatever they want. I'm a fan of both. And it can't make me change.
Because my favorite Mets played for the Yankees also. So
they played with Strawberry. Played on both.
Strawberry, a lot of them went over to the
played on both.
Yeah,
a lot of players played on both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's was and again, first time I ever scalped tickets was at a Yankee game. It was the Yankees. It was the pennant. Right. And that was like, what was that, 1977, I believe?
Yeah, I think that was Chambliss and Munson in them, right?
So, right. And because that's the other thing. Thurman Munson was my favorite player. He was because when I played baseball, when I first was playing baseball, I was a catcher.
Yeah.
When I played Little League baseball, I was a catcher. And Thurman Munson was my favorite.
Right.
And because actually when he died,
yeah, that was rough.
I cried like a baby. I remember when he died, my mother took me to Howard Johnson's.
Wow.
So I can get a banana split and everything. Wow. I remember it like it was yesterday.
That was a rough one. I still remember that plane crash.
Because she knew how I felt about Thurman Munson. Yeah. I didn't like Reggie Jackson in the beginning. Because
I did like Reggie Jackson. I like Reggie Jackson even when he was on the A's before he came.
He used to talk bad about Thurman Munson, so I didn't like him in the beginning. But when he went to my mother's bar, and my mother actually told him, and he gave my mother a signed autograph glove.
Oh wow!
For me, because I'm left-handed. Well, I'm ambidextrous, but I'm saying, but I could do things with my left hand and my right hand just the same. So Reggie Jackson was left-handed, and then when I got that glove, I became a Reggie Jackson fan.
Amen. I used to like Oscar Gamble on that team too.
I wish I had it today.
Yep. Remember Oscar Gamble?
Yeah.
The big afro? Yeah, it's like him. But Greg Nettles I was a third baseman and a pitcher.
Yeah.
I was a third baseman in the pitcher, so Greg Nettles was my dude. Greg I used to get, because I used to dive for a lot of balls when line drives and what have you. When I was never afraid of the speed of the ball.
Right.
As a pitcher, I used to throw it, so I didn't mind it coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I played third base and I pitched. And Greg Nettles was my dude because he used to dive for the ball. And you're a kid, you practice the hard stuff.
Well, when I started out in baseball, I was a scrub. You know what I'm saying? Because my older brothers didn't take me out to teach me how to play baseball.
Right.
They did with basketball, and then I played Pop Warner football at PAL.
Right.
Baseball, I struggled in the beginning, and then my mother sent me to baseball. Well, it was a baseball and basketball camp.
Right.
When I went to camp, that's when I got good at baseball, and then I became like a baseball player.
Right.
And I actually played high school baseball and everything.
Yeah.
I played center field, but I was, I wasn't that good at it in the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? You know how you they call you a scrub, and they pick you last. I was that guy in the very beginning as a little kid. You know what I'm saying? But then, because in PAL, you did everything in PAL.
Yeah.
Growing up in Harlem, you did everything at PAL. PAL and Harlem, PAL was it. They say have boys and girls clubs in other places. Now they have a boys and girls club in Harlem. But when I was growing up, there was no boys and girls club.
Right.
So there was PAL.
Yeah,
so
we were PBC. We were PBC baseball. We were PBC. Right. It's the same difference.
Everything to us.
Yeah.
But you had baseball, basketball, football, swimming. Everything was PAL back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I remember even in one summer at PAL, we all had skateboards. So we had like the skateboarding team type of thing, and we skateboard and do all these tricks and this was like before.
They got popular
the way they are now.
Yeah.
They just said, but the skateboards were pretty, they were hard plastic and all that stuff. But now they're like,
designer.
And we used to play like this game called Torpedo and all that type of stuff with it. but PAL was it. PAL was the spot. Like how we have a PAL here and Roosevelt that
that's where my son played football.
Right. Football, and Dr. J. Julius Irvin brought that PAL here because that's what, this is where he come from. You know what I'm saying? Roosevelt, saying Dr. J. So I wasn't leaving him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Right.
That was my favorite player.
We and I both live off of Julius Irvin Boulevard or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Julius Irvin Way or whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? That's our road.
That's our road,
Yeah. So again, I don't leave him out. You know what I'm saying?
He was my favorite player. He's Michael Jordan's favorite player too. Yeah. But the reason Michael Jordan played basketball instead of baseball was Dr. J.
Dr. J, yeah. I remember in basketball camp, they used to call me, my nickname was Julius because of that. And they called me Julius. You know what I'm saying? Because I had like these moves and stuff like that. But I was just imitating him. That's all I was doing was imitating Dr. J. You had to back in the day. That's all you did was imitate Dr. J. You know what I'm saying? Like you wanted to be like Dr. J. You know what I'm saying? So that they used to call me Julius. Yeah, man, because Dr. You know what I'm saying? Julius Irvin was the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna get ready to close, but we want to get one last thing. This is coming up in 10 days.
Right.
In 10 days, this is coming up. This is a big fight. And Canelo Alvarez against Terence Bud Crawford. Two very, very skilled fighters. It kind of reminds me of Sugar Ray and Roberto Duran. Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of Alexis Arguello and Pryor. It reminds me of so many fights back in the day. This two highly skilled, size difference. Even when Sugar Ray fought against Hagler, where you can see the difference, size difference.
It's the puncher versus the boxer.
The puncher versus the boxer.
Versus the
boxer. Canelo is skilled. He's skilled. He's a skilled boxer, but he's more of a puncher though.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He's a skilled boxer. But Crawford is the scientist here.
Right.
He's the pugilist scientist right here. and but the thing is, he starts slow. I don't know if he could do that with a big puncher. So right. Yeah, but I'm a Bud fan. I like Canelo too, but I'm more of a Bud fan. I've more followed him. The young guys, you know me, I follow from the time they're young. Like right now, I'm on Abdullah Mason. Davis, young Davis. The young guys, I'm watching them, but Crawford is extremely skilled, right? Extremely skilled, and that's why I expect to win. I expect it's going to be a shocker because of the size difference, and Canelo is not slow,
right?
Canelo is not slow at all,
right?
So he's a puncher, but he's skilled. Yeah. So would I be surprised if Canelo won? No, I wouldn't be. But I expect Bud to win.
Right. Okay. All right. So you expect Crawford to go away with this one. All right.
Yeah.
That's what I. That's on my daughter's guy's birthday too.
Oh wow! Happy birthday!
I turned a big 3-0 on that day.
Oh, too. Speaking of birthdays, it's my father-in-law's birthday today. My father-in-law's birthday today, and then the 6th is my dad's birthday. 3 days from now.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to all those who have birthdays. Oh, we want to do that anyway. To all those who have birthdays in September, we wish you a happy birthday.
Well, that's 3 of my daughters. That's 3 of my daughters right there because they're all Virgos and they all in September. And I got 3 September babies.
I only have one. I have one. Autumn's born on September 27th. One of my second child, Autumn. She's born on September 27th. Yeah. Happy birthday to all the September babies. And with that, I don't know if you have anything closing.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I just want to say thank you for joining us here on Subway Series, and we will be on. Check us out each and every week, and make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend, so we keep doing this again and again and again. I want you to subscribe and follow and share. Do it, you know what I'm saying? Let people know about Subway Series and talk to us too. Tell us what you like about the show. Tell us what you don't like about the show. Tell us if you have some great ideas, if you know some things that's going on in sports that we may not have mentioned that you would like for us to talk about, hit us up. All right. And we'll definitely talk about it and everything like that. So it's all good here. You know what I'm saying? You have Jeremy Maynard, the analyst, and you have Guy Jazzy Rainey, the fanatic. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna do this. And again, and you can also, as you know, we have Further and Father Radio with Jeremy, right? And you have Morning Coffee Radio with yours truly. So you check our shows out. All right.
Yes. With that said, we love you to life. We pray for that all is well with you and your family. We'll be excited to be alive.
And always excited. Hey, it's always a blessing to be amongst the living.
Hallelujah. Yes, sir.
Peace.